Well, we're back here again. Welcome to my channel. Alan retired in the Philippines. Oh boy, I can't believe I'm talking about this topic. Today's topic is your partner, wife, or whatever, faking it? Oh my goodness. Well, what brought this on is my last video. I hope you get a chance to watch it, and that will explain this video. It's, can you survive a sexless marriage? Um, I got lots of replies on there, and they want to know if she's faking it. So a light bulb moment came on, like, okay, I understand things now, or somewhat I understand things. I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer. Who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks? But I just discovered something very important that might help you if you're in this kind of situation. I'll be right back to explain it. Okay, we're back. First, I want to make a disclaimer. This is nothing about Filipino women. This is about women in general all over the world. I just happen to say Filipino because I'm in the Philippines. I'm married to a Filipino, and so are my friends, and so on. Okay, so there's my disclaimers. These are the most beautiful women in the world, most passionate and loving and caring. All these men agree with me. When you get intimate with them, it's the best thing that ever happened to them, including me. Give you feelings like you never had before. No matter what happened in your past, it's totally different here. So, let's get past the disclaimer. Now, like I said, I made a video how, a sexless marriage. Oh, I just thought I'd seen my wife. Anyhow, how do you survive sexless marriage? And this one guy, before I get into that topic, about that, this one guy emailed me. He says, Alan, can you help me? Since you're experienced and up there in age, can you explain this to me? He says he's been married to a Filipino for about 6 months. They're sitting on the couch watching TV, and she was laying down on her phone, and they were watching a movie, and he was massaging her leg. He wasn't trying to do anything, sexually or anything. And he's just simply massaging her leg above her knee, and he's watching a movie, she's playing on her phone. Her legs were across his lap, and she yelled at him, "Please, stop that. Stop doing that. Massaging my leg." And he looked at her, he says, "Well, why?" And she says, "Because you're turning me on." I was shocked. I didn't know how to reply him. I replied, "Wow." Talk about mixed signals. It made me wonder. I still wonder to this day. But anyhow, on my last video, surviving a sexless marriage, it makes you wonder why a woman stops. See, the women here are totally feminine. They're very proud of being a woman. They take care of themselves physically, and I mean, they're, how do I explain this? When you make love and intimacy, it's as natural to them as breathing air. It's not like in the West. It's totally different. That's why it's different experience with foreigners that come here in relationships. So what I'm trying to say is, the last video about surviving a sexless marriage, I got lots of replies saying, well, maybe it's because of her age, menopause, her body's changing, blah blah blah, and everything. I go, no, just the opposite. She enjoyed it more than ever. She experienced things that she never experienced in her life. No, I'm not no great lover or anything like that. We just have perfect chemistry, and so do these other people, I talk to and everything. It's not a physical change. It's just something mentally going on. They go, is she faking it? Well, I can tell, if they're enjoying it, they're not faking it. No, it doesn't make sense. If they enjoy it, then why would they want to stop, you know, with you? So it has to be an emotional issue. Then a light bulb moment came on, like, wait a minute, and she's faking it. Now, there's another way of faking it. You know, is she really in love with you? Um, Even though that she enjoys being intimate with you, uh, just to say all the right words to you. You know, I did a video on how quickly they'll say "I love you" within a week, but you know that's different for us. You have to be in the Western world. You have to be together for weeks and months to fall deeply in love, but they fall deeply in love very quick in this country. So, like, was she faking a relationship, but yet still enjoying being intimate, or what? You know. So there's a different way of faking it, because the way I was brought up as a kid, when they say that they're faking it, that means that, oh, they go through the motions in bed and everything, and they enjoy it, but yet they really didn't. But yet, that's a different type of faking. But bottom line, it's just an emotional issue, that triggers them. They don't want to get aroused and everything. They put up this wall. You just have to find out the reason. Be patient with them. They're just, like I said, they're wonderful women. Try to understand what's going on. They're not using it as a tool against you to get their own way like they do in the West. It's nothing like that at all. It's just something triggers in their mind, like, I don't know what it is yet. I'm still trying to figure that part out. But in time, it passes and gets better. They have their moments. We all have our moments. Nobody's perfect. I don't know what else to say except, if you experience this or going through it, please leave a comment or shoot me an email or something. Maybe we all can figure all this out, because, meeting my wife is the best thing that ever happened to me. I made marriage vows. I'm going to stick to it. A lot of people say, have a girlfriend off to the side. I can't do that. I feel guilty. Even my wife gave me permission to have a girlfriend off to the side. I can't do that. I would feel too guilty, and I refuse to live my life with guilt. That would be every man's dream. And there's also, what do you call that, polygamy, where you can have two wives and all that. No, that isn't what I come here for. I came here just to be with one person, and so does my other friends. And some guys, I guess they can do it and not feel guilty, but no, there's no way that I can do that. You can't experience this, but I even had Filipino women contact me, say, Alan, it's very common for the wife to allow the husband to have a girlfriend to fulfill your needs. That's very common in this country. There's a lot of different cultures. There's a lot of different tribes in this country. There's over 100 different languages, and each one's got their own traditions and stuff. So it's a constant learning curve. You never know what to expect here. When you come here, no matter how many videos you watch before you come here, there's always something new. So you heard of that old saying, can't teach an old dog new tricks. Well, that's wrong. You're constantly learning here. Anyhow, good luck. Give some feedback, and I'll bring some updates on my last video about the sexless marriage, And the more I learn, the more I'll share with you, and I hope you share your content in return. You all have a good day. Hang in there. They're worth it. They're amazing women. Just be patient. Try to understand, saving face is a big issue too, remember, which I think I did a video on that or not, but saving face is really big in this country and other Asian countries. Okay, I'll talk with you later. Y'all have a good one. Bye-bye.